Hello, my name is Kimberly. Welcome to my channel. I started this channel because I just turned 50. I'm newly divorced. I'm working on losing 100 pounds, and I am just starting my life over, not from scratch, but from experience. As part of this new and wonderful life, I will be doing lots and lots of traveling. In the year of 2025, I have taken, I think, 7 cruises in the last 3 months. So if you would like to check out those cruise vlogs, please check out my channel. I do have a cruising playlist. I will link it in the description box so you can check out all the information that I've shared on the different cruises that I've taken. This video is part 2 of a series for first-time Carnival cruisers. Part 1 went over my 20 tips on what you should do prior to sailing and on your first day aboard. Part 2 is going to be things that you should do while on board to make the most of your cruise experience. I'm not gonna hold you, we're gonna jump right into it. But before we do, please take a second and subscribe to the channel and hit a thumbs up on this video. I will really appreciate your subscription, and I promise you I will work hard to earn it, okay? So tip number 1 is going to be arrive early at the port. If you would like plenty of time on the ship to tour the ship, just kind of walk around and get your bearings. If you have last minute things you need to tie up on the ship, like last minute business you need to handle, arrive early so that you can do that, so that you don't feel rushed and that you are not missing the sail away party while you're handling all those last minute things. Now, I'm not going to say a blanket get the earliest embarkation time, because that depends on what you're trying to do, okay? We talked about check-in on the previous video. You have to check in 2 weeks prior to your sailing. So if you don't know anything about that, check out the previous video. When you check in, you're going to pick your embarkation time. If you want time to roam the ship at your leisure and like I said, tie up those last minute strings, make sure you pick the earliest embarkation time that is available to you when you do your check-in. If that's not important to you, if you are all set and ready to go, you don't have any last minute things you need to do, you don't feel the need to tour the ship, you are just ready to get on at a relaxed pace and enjoy a relaxed vacation, I suggest picking a later embarkation time. Our family usually picks an embarkation time right in that last 90 minutes of the sailing, of the boarding times that are allowed, because we like to just walk on the ship. We don't want to have to wait in line. We don't want to stand outside the terminal. We just don't like lines. So we usually get there in that last 90-minute time frame, and we are always able to just walk right on the ship. No line. I mean, we have to go through all the things everybody has to go through, but we don't wait in lines to get those things done. They want us to hurry up and get on the ship by the time we get there, because they want to hurry up and be done with what they're doing. So I would suggest an earlier embarkation time or a later embarkation time, just not that middle time, because in the middle, it can get thick. So that's my suggestion, tip number 1. Tip number 2, if you did not make your reservations prior to sailing, which I recommended in the previous video, do them on that first day, because things book up. The preferred times tend to book up. And what I mean are things like spa appointments, specialty dining, things like that. Also, the first day of your cruise may just be the best day to have specialty dining if you're going to the steakhouse, because the steakhouse, as of the day I'm recording this, is still giving away free wine if you eat in the steakhouse on the first night of your sailing. So I love free. And if I'm planning to eat in a steakhouse anyway, I try to make it on that first night so that I can get that free wine. Tip number 3 is when you get on board, make sure that you have handled your sail and sign card, which is your room key, and it's kind of like everything that you do on the board. You're going to use that sail and sign card. Make sure you have it set up the way that you want it set up. What I mean by that is limitations and restrictions. If you want your children to be able to use the sail and sign card to charge things, you give them access to that, or you can make sure they don't have access to that. If you want them to have a limit, you can set the limit on what they're able to spend so that they don't overspend. I have heard nightmares of children racking up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on sail and sign cards in the arcade. So make sure that you have the limits and the restrictions that you want on that sale and sign card in place so that you don't get any surprises. Because I'm not exaggerating when I tell you I have heard story after story of children just doing the big time, doing a big one on that sale and sign card in the arcade. So make sure you have that set up. Tip number 4, if you've never sailed before, every hallway looks the same. And when you look down that hallway, it's like it goes on forever and ever and ever with the number of doors that are on the hallway. So decorate your door, even if it's something small, like just a magnet. But decorate your door. Some people find it really fun to go all out in their decorations. People put chalkboards on their door so that you can leave them a message. People put candy on their door so that when you're walking by, you can grab a piece of candy. They put all kinds of things on their door. But decorate your door. It just makes it easier to spot as you're getting to know your ship and where you're going and not getting turned around. So decorate your door. I also suggest, it's in the app, but it's easier for me to find if I make it my screensaver on the phone, or at least put it in my phone, I take a picture of my cabin number, because sometimes you forget and it's not on your room key. That's a safety feature for you. Your cabin number is not on your room key. If you forget where your cabin is, you have to look in the Carnival Hub app, which I told you to download. But I usually just take a picture so that I have it. Tip number 5, if you need to make any dining changes, your best bet on getting what you want once you're on board, your best bet is to do these things prior to sailing. But once you're on board, if you have early dining and you prefer late dining, or you have any time and you prefer early, the best chance you have of getting the dining time you want is to try to get that handled on the first day as soon as you get on board. Also, if you have any allergies or special requests for dining, you can go talk to the maitre d' the first day that you get on board to see if they can accommodate that. Allergies, they're wonderful about accommodating your allergies. Some people just like to double check just to make sure that it's known and that they're not going to have any issues. So handle those things on that first day. Speaking of dining, number 6, again, this is something that has changed. So this is as of the day that I'm recording this. In the dining room, you used to be able to order as much of everything as you want. But they have changed that, and for good reason, to keep down on food waste. You're now able to order as many appetizers and desserts as you would like, but the limit is to 2 entrees per person. Anything above 2 entrees, there is an additional fee. So keep that in mind. Some new things I always tell my children are adults now, but I still tell them this because the mother in me is just the mother in me. Try some things you've never had before. Take a chance on some things, because if you don't like it, you have something else. Number 7 is to bring a refillable cup. The cups in the buffet area are like that. They're pretty small cups. And so I recommend bringing a refillable cup, like a tumbler, like a Stanley or a generic Stanley, so that you don't have to constantly go back to the buffet area to refill your cup. Bring a refillable cup. And if you are a coffee drinker that likes to walk around with your coffee or drink it throughout the day, bring a refillable tumbler for your coffee and have your coffee with you. But bring a refillable cup. Bonus tip is I always ask my room steward on the first day of the cruise to keep our ice bucket full. And I bring the water flavor enhancers with us so that we're able to flavor that water. We don't buy the soda package when we're on board. They do have free tea and free lemonade. In the morning, they have a couple of different free juices. But throughout the day, we just kind of use water and our water flavor packets to keep our water cups full so that we stay hydrated. And there are a couple different companies. I know Crystal Light has one and somebody else has one. I'm trying to think of who it is. But look it up. They have like the pina colada water flavor enhancer, the rum punch, the Long Island iced tea water flavor enhancers, the flavors that will make you feel like you're on a cruise. So I always pack those and bring those with us as well to help keep us hydrated throughout the cruise. Number 8 is going to be not to skip afternoon tea. It is not always well advertised, but they do have an afternoon tea, which is a little bit elegant, not too elegant, but it's a nice, relaxing way to spend some time on an afternoon, catch up with the people that you're cruising with, or meet some new people and enjoy just the relaxed tea. And they have like cucumber sandwiches and salmon, some kind of salmon I've never tried before, and desserts, and just a nice little assortment. And they have just your regular like Lipton tea, which is free. If you want an upgraded specialty tea, then you pay a couple dollars. I've never done that. I always just get the free tea, but it's just a nice little way to relax, unwind, and enjoy some time on the ship. But look for it because I don't feel like they advertise it well. Number 9 is to pack a nightlight. I have noticed lately on some of the cruises, they do have those motion detector strips like at the bottom of the closet and the dressers that will activate when you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. But I haven't seen it on in every cabin. So bring a nightlight just in case you need it. And then number 10 is going to be bring a shoe organizer. Cabins are small and space is at a premium. So especially if there are multiple people sharing the cabin, bring a shoe organizer. It can hold so much and keep stuff out of the way and keep you from having to constantly go in and out of the suitcase. And they're pretty cheap and they pack and don't take up much room. Number 11 is to use the spa on port days. The spa, I talked about getting deals in the spa on embarkation day on the previous video, but also you can get great deals in the spa on port days. On days when most people are going to be off the ship, the spa still wants to make money on those days. So they want to entice those people who are either getting off the ship late or getting back on the ship early or just staying on the ship period to use the spa. So make sure that you look for deals on port days in the spa. It's always going to be a little bit less for that service if you do it on a port day. Number 10 is shop the shops during sales. They always have sales in the shops. And it's usually towards the end of your cruise. So if you're a souvenir kind of person and you want to do some shopping on the ship, you can find some good deals now. Don't count it out. You can find some good deals. On our last cruise, we bought a Pandora charm for one of my daughters, and it was on a sale day. And so the Pandora charm was less expensive than we would have paid at home for that same charm. So you can find some good deals, but shop the sales, wait for sales, and shop the sales in the shop. So that's tip number 12. Tip number 13 is going to bring your own cold medicines, bring your own pain relievers, bring your own sunscreen. Pack those kinds of things ahead of time. Bring them with you because they are going to cost a premium on the ship. So just bring your own. Number 14 is there is a chat feature on the Carnival Hub app that I told you to download in the previous video. On the Carnival Hub app, there is a chat feature to help you stay in contact with other cruisers. Now, these can be people that you're sailing with. It can even be somebody you met on the ship. You just both have to pay the $5, and the $5 is for the entire duration of the cruise, and you have to agree in the app to be connected with each other. This is so handy. Using this chat feature is so handy. It's not perfect. It goes out sometimes. There are some glitches and issues with it, but it's so handy. It doesn't cost very much. It's just $5 per user. And like I said, it's for the entire duration of the cruise to keep you in contact. So you can say, hey, I'm going to the Lido. Do you guys want to meet me? Or if you slept in and they didn't, where are you all? Oh, we went to such and such show. Okay, I'll meet you up there. Save me a seat. It's so handy. Before the chat feature, our family used walkie-talkies on the ship. And before walkie-talkies, we used Post-it notes. We would bring Post-it notes and a couple of Sharpies, and you would put a Post-it note on the mirror in the cabin with letting each other know where we were going and how long we would be there. So we came a long way, baby. But that $5, I think, is so worth it for the chat feature in the app. And you don't have to have the internet plan to use the chat feature. Number 15, like, you really don't, I know I don't have to tell y'all this, but always sanitize your hands. Bring some hand sanitizer with you that you can carry with you around the ship. There are stations throughout the ship with hand sanitizer in them, but they're sometimes are empty. But y'all, there are also hand washing stations, like before you're going into the Lido deck and things like that. But y'all, people are nasty. And so how I think of it is, I need to wash my hands and sanitize for me and them. You know what I'm saying? Because people are nasty. So bring a small hand sanitizer that you can carry with you, carry around with you, just to make sure that you're good, because people are nasty and all kinds of things go around cruise ships, stomach bugs, you know, flu, all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you are doing what you can to keep yourself healthy. Number 16 is to meet your cabin steward. A great cabin steward just really adds to the enjoyment of your cruise. Meet your cabin steward on that first day. You can let them know if there's anything particularly you would like. Like I told you, I always, on the first day when I meet my cabin steward, ask them to keep our ice bucket full. My daughter always requests the blue blanket, and she told me to tell you all to request the blue blanket. They are so warm and cozy. But you meet your cabin steward. They are usually so friendly and so happy to meet you, and they want to know what your preferences are so that they can plan them into their days. An old school tip that my father taught me, and I still do it to this day, and I don't know if it does anything, I don't know if it has any effect, but he always told me, tip your cabin steward well on the first day, the first time you meet them, and they are going to make sure they take really good care of you throughout the cruise. They always take really good care of me. I don't know if it's the tip on the first day or if they would just take really good care of me anyway, but my father passed away a couple years ago, and so I just, in honor of him, I always continue the tradition. We tip on the last day as well, but we always carry on that tradition of making sure we tip the cabin steward the first time we meet them, and they always take really good care of us. So I don't know, y'all, is it a coincidence or is it helping? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Number 17 is go to Sea Day brunch. Sea Day brunch is in the main dining room, and it's just an upgraded menu. They have more options. They have steak and eggs and French toast and fresh squeezed juices and just all kinds of deliciousness at Sea Day brunch. And it is just, we look forward to it on Sea Days. Don't miss it. Go to Sea Day brunch. In the app, you check in. They tell you when to come down, when the table is ready for you. And if you want to sit by yourself, you let them know that in the app, or if you don't mind sharing a table with other cruises, you let them know that in the app. Number 18 is to take a picture of, it used to be called Carnival Capers. Fun times. Fun times. They have the printed schedules. They're back, letting you know everything that's happening on the ship that day, but it's also in your app. So take a picture or just screenshot it. I like this because sometimes, like I said, the app can be glitchy at times. And when it's glitchy, you don't want to have to wonder, oh, where was that event? What time were they doing the whiskey tasting? I just take a picture of it. Sometimes it's easier to just pull up my pictures than pull up the app. And it's just a backup so that if the app does get glitchy at the moment that I need it, I have the information in my phone. Number 19 is to go to the meet and greets. Now, I talked to you in the last video about joining the Facebook cruise groups because they put on meet and greets. So I'm not necessarily talking about those. I'm talking about the ship sponsored meet and greets. They have them for all kinds of things. They have them for people who are in recovery from addiction. They have veterans meet and greets. They have 18 to 20, I think it is, or 21 meet and greets. They have solo cruiser meet and greets. They have LGBTQ plus meet and greets. They have all kinds of meet and greets for all kinds of demographics. Go to the meet and greet, meet some fellow passengers. Also, if you join the cruise groups on Facebook, they will usually host meet and greets. Go to those as well to get to know your fellow cruisers. Number 20. All right, I don't want to end this on a sour note. be safe on your cruise ship. This is the speech I give to my children each and every cruise they've taken since they were little and now they're adults. A cruise ship is just a tiny, tiny city or small town floating out in the ocean. Everything you have in a small town, you have on that cruise ship. You have wonderful people. You have horrible people. You have safe people. You have people that you should avoid. If there is a thief in a small town, there's a thief on a cruise ship. Anything you have in that small town, you have on that cruise ship. So make sure that you stay safe. You can call 911 from a ship phone if there's ever any emergency, but just make sure that you stay safe. I always say, do not go into any strangers' cabins. Keep yourself safe and enjoy your trip. Yes, we kind of relax when we're on vacation and our guards are down a little bit, but just keep that in mind. Everybody on a cruise ship is not on there with good intentions all the time. Everybody is not you. Just remember that. Have a good time. Enjoy your fellow passengers, but keep you, your family, and your belongings safe. So that's it. Those are my 20 tips for enjoying your cruise while you are on the ship. If you have any questions, please comment them below. So please share your favorite tip in the comments. If you know something I didn't share, please comment it so that all of us can get the benefit of everyone's very best tip. And please subscribe to the channel before you leave. Like I said at the top of the video, I promise to do my best to earn that subscription, and leave a comment and thumbs up because that does help me in the algorithm. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video and hope to see you at sea one day. Bye-bye.